Hey, and welcome back to Mountain Beaches. I'm Norm, and today Kim and I are going off on a little bit of a ride. We've been cooped up in our house for days now. On Saturday, we had big family party, Christmas party. There were like 23 in our small house, and then Sunday was my birthday, and we have just been indoors. We're getting out, and we're going out for a ride, but I think you're going to probably want to know what in the world has been up with Mountain Beaches. Where have we been? Why haven't we been putting out regular videos? We're going to share all that with you, but first we're heading off for a ride.
Burr.
I know, it's cold. It's very cold out.
Yes, it is.
But it's not as cold as it has been. It's warmed up. I think we're up to, I don't know, something
20.
in the 20s today. So, yeah, let's go up the canyon and have us a little ride. I think it's probably going to even be warmer once we get up to higher elevation.
I think you're right. So it'll be pretty up there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a gray day.
It's a very gray day. I don't think we're getting any sun today.
I don't think so. I was hoping by going up the canyon we would get a little bit of sun, but it's looking gray.
No, because the storm is moving in. It's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Well, I think this might be a monochrome video.
It could be a very monochrome, very black and white.
Yep.
Lots of white with the snow.
Yep. We'll see how it all goes.
All right, so welcome back. And for those of you that are new to the channel, thanks so much for joining us. We are Mountain Beaches. I'm Norm.
I'm Kim.
And we have been doing a channel for, 3 years now about RVing and off-grid RVing. And we're kind of changing.
Yep. So I thought maybe we would start from the beginning. There's a big logging truck. And talk a little bit about who Mountain Beaches is, how we came up with that, and what we're evolving into.
Right,
Yep.
right. So Mountain Beaches started with an idea from me.
Yep.
And we started the channel, like I said, it was RVing. We did a lot of solar, a lot of off-grid camping. And then slippery. And then last spring, well, even before that, we kind of got the feeling that we needed to find us a safe haven.
We did, yes. And that's just because of our view of the world these days and kind of how things are going.
And how we've both been raised to be self-reliant and...
Very much so.
So that was weighing on us a lot, and world circumstances and so much out of our control. So we started looking for property.
And guess what? We like to be in control.
We like to be in control, yes. So we started looking for property, and we started looking in North Idaho, and lo and behold, we found some.
We did. We found our perfect little spot. We've named it Eagle Ridge.
Right? We got 10 acres in North Idaho, and it is spectacular. That's not where we're at right now. We're back in Utah.
But it kind of looks like this there now. Lots of snow, and for me, I mean, I am the beach part of Mountain Beaches, so why in the world am I doing this?
That's a good question. I'm sure they want to know.
Yeah, well, it is so peaceful there, and we can still do what we do now and get out of town in the wintertime and go find some beaches. We can still go to Maui, we can still go to Puerto Vallarta, so we still have the opportunity to do the things we want to do. But in North Idaho, it gave us the opportunity to be self-sufficient. And that is something that we do not have here at home in Utah.
So being self-sufficient, I mean, we've been that, and that's been our channel all along with, the off-grid camping and our solar setup.
Our composting toilet.
And so now with our new property, we're just taking that to a little bit different direction. And we're going to be Offgrid
Offgrid.
homesteaders, and we're going to be building something. We're still working on that something.
So most likely some kind of barn dominium that includes a place to park our vehicles and our tractor and those things that you need to have for 10 acres, but also have our living space in it.
Yeah.
That's the plan as of right now. Don't hold me to it. I have the right to change my mind.
And she does. She does. We have spent so much time trying to figure out what we want to do, and we're going to share that with you once we know.
Yes.
So that's where we're at right now. So we bought that property.
We did.
We bought it, and now we own it, and
we love it.
We do, and we have plans for it. But we spent all summer up at the property in our trailer, and oh man, it is just amazing. It's an amazing place, and it just feels like home.
It's amazing. For me, it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
And it just speaks to my heart. And just is, I would love to spend as much time up there as possible.
Right, so that's what we're going to try and do.
Yeah. So this last summer, we did a lot.
We did. We built the shed.
We did.
And that took us forever.
We're slow.
We had so much fun doing it, and maybe a few bad words used.
Not very many.
But
no.
Overall, it was a good experience, and we learned a lot.
We learned a lot. It was a great learning experience.
Yes. And so we did that. We also had the land where we want to build. We had that excavated and leveled, and so now it's having all winter long to kind of settle and get ready.
Yep. We met a lot of new friends. A bunch of off-gridders, some not off-gridders,
Right. We met Riley and Courtney from Ambition Strikes, and we met, of course, we already knew Marty and Julie from Martin Johnson's Offgrid Living. And
just a bunch of other ones. There's a whole YouTube group that meets once a month.
Huge group.
Yeah.
And they've welcomed us into their family, so to speak.
Right.
So we did all that stuff. Well, we had, towards the end, actually early October, we had my mom and my sisters all came out to the property.
Yep.
My mom was so wanting to see the property, so we brought them out and put them in an Airbnb.
Yeah, and they had a great time.
It was the best of time. We had 4 days together, and
Your mom was doing so good.
Oh, she was as good as
she's been in a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then 2 weeks after getting home, she took a turn for the worse, and we rushed home. We had to hurriedly finish up the shed. We didn't even really finish it.
No.
And rushed home, and then she passed away
a
couple of days after we got home. But we made it home in time to see her and say our goodbyes.
Yep.
And so Mom was the last of our parents. Both of Kim's parents had passed previously. My dad passed 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And now my mom. And so we're the top of the food chain now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah. But along with my mom passing, I'm the executor of the will, and that just put a huge load on my shoulders.
Right.
And
everything changed at that point.
Changed.
Everything changed, and we have not had the time to put together regular videos, and we've had a lot of things to take care of. And so that's one of the reasons that you haven't seen us so much.
Right. And to be honest, you're probably not going to see us on a regular basis going forward, probably until spring, maybe summer.
Yep.
We have, we're doing this video. We're making a trip back up to North Idaho next week after Christmas, and we're going to show you some things that we have lined up.
Yep.
From that.
But let's tell them how we're morphing. Let's tell them how we're moving forward, because I think it's only fair to you guys to know what our plans are.
Right. You guys have been awesome.
We've been odd. and just so thankful for everybody who's followed us and that you take the time to listen to whatever silliness we put out there for whatever 15 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
And we want you to know how much we really, really, really appreciate that.
Right.
But we have to stay true to ourselves.
Right. So we've kind of answered the question that we've gotten a lot lately of, are you guys okay? Yes. And, you know, what happened? And we miss you, and, you know, all of that stuff. We miss you guys too.
Yeah.
That gives you a little idea of why we haven't been there. We've put out a couple, I think 2 videos that were us finishing things up on the property, and then we didn't have any content, and we just have had other responsibilities we've had to do.
Yes.
So, the future.
What does the future hold for us? For us, we still will be mountain beaches, but we will be mountain beaches off-grid living. We won't be RV-centric any longer. We will still travel in our RV sometimes, but that'll probably be mostly vacation time for us.
Right.
And we're going to put the cameras away.
Right.
All of our videos from here on out will have to do with off-grid living.
Yes, and they'll be on our property or things to do about our property, and we've got so many plans in the works.
Yes.
So many things we've been investigating. Solar. Well, I'm not going to tell you all because that's going to spill the beans.
That's spill the beans, but he has some fun things in the works, and some people that we're going to be talking to when we go back up there after Christmas.
Right. First on the list is we're talking with our contractor so we can get things nailed down.
But no more secrets.
No, you guys are going to have to watch. Those are going to come out in the next little bit, and but then we're going to be taking another break until we get back up there in the spring. So that is our plan, but we have more. So along with the questions of what's happened to us and are we okay, we've also gotten some other questions that we thought we'd try and address.
Yep.
And what are those? Let's see. Oh, one of them is people want to know, why did we pick North Idaho?
Yeah. Well,
it's 'cause it's so cold there.
My nose is running.
Speaking of cold. All right, we're going to try this camera because our other one battery died.
Didn't like this cold weather.
No, we're down to the cell phone now, so hopefully the audio is okay. But we wanted to try and answer some more questions for you. We've already talked about where we've been and are we okay? We get that asked a lot.
Yep.
So another question we get asked a lot is, why North Idaho? It's so cold and snowy.
And how did we find it? So I guess we'll try to make a short answer. When we went to visit Marty and Julie from Martin Johnson's Offgrid Living, and we went up there, asked if we could go help for a couple of weeks, and we fell in love with the area.
We did. We fell in love.
And the people, and it just spoke to us.
And ever since then, we started looking for property in that area, and it took us almost a year.
Yeah. We looked, we made different offers. They didn't get accepted, thankfully, because when we found this piece of property, it was the right one.
It spoke to us, yes. Yeah. And yes, it does snow there, but it snows here.
Yeah.
And we can go other places if we choose to escape the cold. So
right.
We also like the environment, the freedoms that you have and still enjoy, and you can have those in North Idaho.
Yep. The abilities to be self-sufficient. There's not a lot of building codes and things that we have to adhere to. So
yeah, we can do on our property what we think is best without the government interfering. So that was important to us.
Right.
friends. We have lots of friends up there. That was important to us.
We already have a community, right?
Right. And the property just spoke to us. It is just absolutely breathtaking. So add those all together, and North Idaho ended up being the spot.
Right.
What else is on the list?
Oh, on the list, I put it in my pocket because I've been so cold. So the other thing is, why are we choosing to build completely off of on raw land instead of buying something that's already built? We get that question a lot because people are like, you guys are kind of old.
They don't say it quite like that, but
yeah, but that's what they mean. And we're like, you know what? We are ageless, and we have always been excited and curious to do new and different things and take on challenges and
we
push
love a
ourselves.
challenge, yeah.
We love a challenge.
Whoa, slipping.
And so that's just part of who we are.
We are.
Norm calls us serial entrepreneurs.
We are.
And we've been in some kind of entrepreneurial business our whole married life.
And this is it's not a business, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And now I got to change hands because this hand is freezing. I'm holding the camera. I got to get this hand in my pocket.
Yep, and I got to find the list.
The list here for another, I think there's another question.
What are we building? When are we building? And are we crazy?
Well, the answer to the last question is easy. Yes. We are crazy. And it's okay if you tell us we are, because we already know we are. The other two, what are we building and when? The when is, we hope, next summer.
Yep.
And the what, we're gonna keep that in our pocket at least for a little bit longer. We might divulge that
until we decide.
soon.
Yeah.
But for right now, we've given you some hints. But
yeah. A couple of other questions that we get a lot of is,
try asking again in a different way.
Siri's talking to her.
Yes. So the questions we get a lot of is, don't you miss your kids and don't you miss your grandkids? And we love our kids and we love our grandkids.
And we do miss them when we're gone.
And we do miss them, but when we get back, we like to go to all their games and dance recitals and this and that, and we get together and we have a grand time. But this also gives us a safe haven, if needed, for all of our family, if needed.
Right.
And we had our grandsons come up and visit, and oh my gosh, they had a ball.
They absolutely loved it.
They just had a ball. In fact, Easton was kind of teary when he got home because he wanted to go back up and see Grandma and Grandpa.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So we hope that they're able to come and visit and enjoy what we are able to do. We do.
So, thanks so much. Merry Christmas,
thank you.
Everybody. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy whatever.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
All of the things that happen this time of year.
Right.
So we just love you all. We appreciate you, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, and if you want to see how we got started on this adventure of this off-grid property, watch this video that we put up right over here. We'll see you next time.